Hey folks, welcome to this week's edition of BrushPile Fishing. We are on a cold October morning here on Blood River on Kentucky Lake. We got a great guest today. It's Tony Sheppard of Jenko Tackle. So you stay tuned. We'll be right back with BrushPile Fishing.
Many people look at a lake and feel a sense of calm serenity. Crappie fishermen feel the heart-pounding anticipation of the thump. That's why host Russ Bailey is addicted to crappie fishing. It's this addiction that takes Russ from the Midwest to the Deep South in search of the best lakes, techniques, and patterns from some of the best crappie anglers in the country. Right here on BrushPile Fishing.
Hey folks, welcome back to BrushPile Fishing. It is a cold morning here in late October on Kentucky Lake, and I'm with Tony Sheppard. Tony, how are we doing today?
Doing good, Russ. How are you?
Well, I was doing good. You had 70s yesterday here, right?
Yeah.
And you couldn't postpone that one more day and hold me some warm weather?
If you don't like the weather in Kentucky, just wait a day, it'll change.
I'll tell you what, we've definitely got a cold front. Can you tell the folks at home what we're going to try to do today?
We're going to start off in some deeper water because I think they'll be less affected by the cold front. There's some fish out deep closer to the river, and there's some fish in the back of the bays. My gut feeling is with this front coming through, the shallow fish are probably turned off a little worse than the deeper fish, and we're going to go out there and try to locate some in some heavy cover.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got all day, and it's good to be on the water again. You ready to go?
It's always a good day on the water.
All right, folks, here we go. Tony, we're just getting started this morning, and it is cold out. We're in the upper 30s to start. And yesterday, you said you guys were in the 70s.
Yes. Dramatic weather change overnight. Had a little rain yesterday, not a whole lot, but a major cold front. And today, we're starting off with some pretty bluebird skies.
Yes, sir. I know you said these fish have started to move shallow, but with that cold front coming in, we're going to start out a little bit deeper.
Yeah, I think these deeper fish will be less affected.
Folks, we're starting out in about 15 foot of water. Water temperature's still pretty good, 63 degrees.
It's dropped 7 degrees since yesterday.
Overnight, no kidding. Tony, how long you been with Jenko?
I started the full-time work for him January the 1st of this year.
You know, I just started using some. We were, I told you we were, Missy?
Misty.
We were in Pennsylvania this past Tuesday, and the same thing, we had a cold front up there, and it got really cold, and we were using Jenko plastics, and the thing was, and it didn't matter if you had a minnow, jig, whatever, if it was big, they wouldn't touch it. Well, that plastic was so soft, with my fingers, I just went about 4 rings back on that, squeezed it, made it shorter, and absolutely pounded them, and there we go. A little white crappie. Now here on Kentucky Lake, that's not what you want for a tournament, though, right?
Sir. No, sir. It's a nice little healthy Kentucky Lake crappie.
Yes, sir. Good color. Tony, I know you like tournament fishing. Do you fish all 3 of the major trails?
Yes, sir. I tried to make all 3 of them. I fished the Crappie Masters and the ACT and the Crappie USA. Tried to fish all 3 of them, promote Jenko and my other sponsors.
I got that little one out of the way so you can get that. Not a bad fish there. There we go.
About 11, 12 inches.
It's got a little bit more weight to it. There we go. A couple of nice fish out of the same hole. Tony, we started out using a couple different colors, just kind of seeing what the fish want. And right now, they're hitting everything. That's another nice fish. Good cleaning size right there. You know, all the times I fish Kentucky Lake, the fish are always just so healthy. Good color, good size to them. Pretty fish, folks. Well, Tony, that's our first double of the day.
Yeah, hopefully not the last.
Uh-huh.
Just talking about color, a lot of times just putting it on the fish's nose is a bigger factor than color.
Yeah. Hey folks, welcome to today's brush pile gear check. As you can see, we were vertical jigging brush piles and PVC, so it's a pretty simple jig rig that we were using. As far as the pole I was using, I had my 10.5 foot Russ Bailey Signature Series by B&M. We went with the B&M Pro Staff spinning reel. Went with a high vis 8-pound Gamma line. And then as far as the jig today, we went with about a 1/8 ounce, and I was using a Mustad jig head, and then we had the mermaid bait by Jenko. And when they whacked this, I mean, they hit this thing hard. Great bait to use, and it did the trick today. And that's today's gear check. What we're doing, Tony told me this morning, we're just gonna drop down, reel up one time, and just work from the bottom up. And they seem to be pretty close to that bottom right now.
Seem to be within a couple feet of it.
Yeah. You know, we've got a lot of wind, but this area that we're out of, it's not too bad. It's definitely manageable. I imagine some other parts of the lake might not be this nice today.
Knowing the lake is a big advantage too, knowing where you can go and get out of the wind to fish.
Yeah.
Give them a presentation where you can catch them.
What's the biggest fish you've caught personally here on Kentucky?
I've never broke 3 pounds. I've caught, I know of 4 fish that was within a couple hundredths of being 3 pounds, but I've never broke the 3-pound mark.
Well, hey folks, we caught a few fish out of this first brush pile, but right now we're gonna make a little move. So you stay tuned, we'll be back with BrushPile Fishing.
Step up your game and step into a War Eagle Blackhawk 2170. The Blackhawk 2170 gives anglers a tough aluminum hull with over 21 feet of stable, well-balanced fishing real estate. War Eagle, we build them tough for hunters who like to fish.
Welcome to the world of Mustad. Legendary craftsmanship with over 180 years of experience with advanced designs and technology. Mustad is a name you can trust for whatever you fish for. The long, trusted classic and big game hooks, the innovative ultra-point designs, assortment of tools and jigs, or pre-tied rigs and accessories. Quality and durability are built into every Mustad product. Saltwater giants or freshwater trophies make your next trip more memorable with Mustad.
For great fishing, check out Grand Lake St. Mary's. Located in west central Ohio, if you're looking to land bass, catfish, crappie, perch, or bluegill, Grand Lake is the place for you. Check out greatergrandlakeregion.com.
There we go. That ain't a bad fish. Not bad at all. Got my line wrapped around the pole. Keep that pressure on him. Come here. Yep, that line is wrapped. Come here. Pretty white. Pretty, pretty, pretty. He's actually warm to the touch. Being in this cold air temperature, that's a nice fish. We had just talked, we had to go a little bit deeper again. That first brush pile was in 16, 17 foot of water. We pulled in a 17 and there he is. Look at there, folks.
They're definitely not shallow.
No.
Right here. He was on there.
Got him? Got caught in that brush there for a minute. Putting together a pattern, folks. They definitely want the deeper structure right now. You put a lot of your own structure out. Do you like stake beds or brush piles? What do you like to put out the most?
We do all three. We put out stake beds, trees, PVC pipe. It seems like certain times of the year the fish will get on trees and they'll leave the trees and go to stake beds. I don't really know why, but the fish seem to have a preference of what they want to be relating to.
I know you said you put out a lot of it, so you got plenty of options to try.
Yes, sir. We try to put out close to 100 beds a year.
Tony, so far today we've caught all white crappie. Do you catch many blacks in these same areas?
Certain times of the year.
Yeah.
Usually, right now, the blackfish seem to be on a little bit shallower pattern. We fished one spot a while ago. I thought we might catch a black, but I figured they're turned off today.
Yeah. I know I've got a buddy, he's up here now, and they caught a few yesterday, but they were a lot shallower water.
Yeah.
You know, folks, Tony said that today we were fishing natural brush piles, but also PVC. And some of the things that we were fishing today is this American fish tree. And what this is, it's made of PVC. It's great structure. You don't get jigs hung up on it. And the neat thing about it, you can fish it one of a couple ways. First of all, you can have it setting up like this. You can also put that on its side. And then if you look at the top, it's actually got a hanger. You can hang this underneath a dock or whatever structure you have out there, so it could be actually suspended cover or structure for those fish. We actually hit some of these today and caught some fish off of them. Told you, you turn the cameras on. You turn the cameras on and the bad weather will hit you. I got a fish on there, but he's in that brush. I can get him out of there. I think he's off now. All right, no, he's still on there. He's still on. Get him out of the brush. Yeah, maybe. Gone now. He took a little work, didn't he?
A little work.
He had me wrapped and lassoed and everything else. But you know what? He wasn't let go of that Jenko bait, was he?
That's right. He committed on it.
Look at there, folks. Another good one. And he was buried in that brush. I mean, you had to be in it to get him. I knew he was still on there. Then I thought he was off at the end. And folks, this is the deepest pile that we fished today. This one's actually in about 24 foot of water. And here's where boat control is everything. And you probably don't want to take your foot off the trolling motor very long, do you?
No, you'll be gone.
Love this vertical jigging. A little bit calmer water's good, but still just feeling that fish hit. And they're not thumping it real hard today either. That didn't take long. There we go. Another little double there. Of course, I caught the wrong one.
Caught the wrong kind.
There you go. Man, this fish is warm. You know it?
That's pretty sad. Catch a fish to warm your hands.
Oh, shoot.
Not being used to this weather's the kicker.
You know, Tony, we were talking earlier, some of these trees you've pulled up and got your limit off of one tree, but today's not the case. You definitely have to move a lot.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the fish aren't really relating to structure yet. They've been out chasing bait all summer, and they're starting to relate to structure with these fronts coming through. But yeah, in the wintertime, you can pull up to a tree like this and catch your 20 pretty quick and go home.
You were saying the crankbait bite's been so good, but that may slow down just a little bit now.
Oh yeah.
Might be a crappie. Oh yeah. Come here. Oh yeah. Cold front crappie, folks. Like I say, a lot of folks may have decided not even to come out today, but we've had a ball catching just good cleaner size. And it sure sits beating around the house, or beats sitting around the house. And here we go again. Yeah, you weed those out for me now.
Get ready, get registered, get qualified for the 2018 Cabela's Crappie USA Classic, hosted this year on Lake Cumberland in Somerset, Kentucky. Crappie USA, the largest crappie tournament organization in the world, is giving you the chance to compete for over $100,000 in cash and prizes, including 2 Ranger boat packages powered by Mercury and Minn Kota in our amateur and professional divisions. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a beginner, take your fishing to the next level with Crappie USA and the Cabela's Crappie USA Classic. The new home for your fishing needs is boneheadtackle.com. Get all the latest product information. Shop our new and improved tackle shop. We have baits for crappie, bass, striper, sand bass, saltwater and terminal tackle, bait styles in slim stick, stump bugs, brush gliders, and bulk jig heads available. Check out our superior monoline, crankbaits for bass, and our top-of-the-line carbon fiber fishing rods. Bonehead Tackle, family-owned business with one goal in mind: make fishing more fun and help all anglers catch more fish. B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. Whether you are jigging, trolling, pulling, or pushing, B&M has your pole. Third-generation family company with over 7 years experience. Home to the Bucks Graphite Jig Pole, the first and best-selling graphite jig pole in the U.S. for over 35 years. Visit bnmpoles.com for yours today.
This episode of BrushPile Fishing is brought to you by Mustad, best-selling hook on the planet. B&M Poles, official pole of BrushPile Fishing. Jenko Fishing, Greater Grand Lake Region. NKT.TV, BrushPile Fish Attractant.
Folks, you look across there, you can see we definitely got some wind. But you know what? The bite has been better out in the windy areas than it was in the calmer areas.
That's just typical fishing.
It is, it is. Anything to make it miserable on a fisherman. Uh-oh. Could it be a crappie? I believe so. Another crappie.
Good thing it wasn't tournament days, you see that?
Come here, Mr. Crappie. Well, so far, this has been the best tree of the morning.
A little deeper water, a little closer to the river.
Yeah. And the fish are a little bit more aggressive here too, I noticed in that bite there. Tell you what, folks, nothing beats crappie fishing. Putting up with a little bad weather, but that's all right. And here we go again.
It's amazing they want that jig more than they do a minnow.
They're tearing it up. They're
More than they do a minnow.
tearing it up. If you just joined us, folks, we're here on Kentucky Lake. We've had a massive front comes through, but the fish are still biting. And we've actually started with jigs, and we tried a minnow, but they definitely want the jigs today. I don't know if, have you caught any on the minnow? One fish. You know, folks, a lot of times on our show, we talk about letting the fish tell you what they prefer. As you could tell today, we started out in shallow water, and it was fairly calm because we were closer to the bank. We caught a few fish, but not very many. We had a cold front come in. It actually pushed those crappie out into the deeper water. So that's where we caught the majority of the fish. But the other issue was they actually were in the windier water. So we had to decide where the cutoff point was, because at some point the winds became pretty dangerous out there, and that's when it's time to call it quits. But we had a great day. The fish told us they wanted deeper water and windy conditions. There he is. Look at that light bite, folks. He's on there. Right off the bottom again. Oh, nice fish. There we go. And this, they are absolutely tearing these jigs up. Look at that. As a matter of fact, this plastic is about spin on this one. That's one of the things I like about the Jenkos too. I know you'll go through a lot of them if the plastic's that soft, but that's what I want, because I want that fish holding on to that thing. Right. And you see, folks, look at that. It is hanging on by a thread. Man, this tree is absolutely loaded.
I gotta have another bite.
Same here. Did you grab me one? Right there, folks, is a good problem to have. They are just attacking this thing. Like I say, that plastic is so soft. But that's what's helping those fish to hold on. Love it.
Want more trucks for less bucks? Buckeye Ford is your truck headquarters. Work or play, we have the truck for you. F-150s, F-250s, F-350s, and F-450s. We know trucks, and you'll always get top dollar for your trade. Get the truck you need today for less bucks at Buckeye Ford and shop over 200 new Fords and tons of pre-owned cars and trucks 24/7 at BuckeyeFord.com. Remember, you'll find more trucks for less bucks at BuckeyeFord.com. More trucks, less bucks. BuckeyeFord.com.
Driftmaster rod holders. Whether you are pushing, pulling, or organizing, Driftmaster has you covered with products that are made in America. We can rig any boat for any technique from front to back. Driftmaster, for the way you fish. Jenko Fishing, a bass and crappie lure manufacturer specializing in custom hard and soft baits. Jenko takes crappie fishing to another level with its unique championship-proven products from its Big T lineup. 6 different rod platforms, lightest net in the industry, 4 soft baits with 16 colors, cranks, terminal tackle, and much more. Visit JenkoFishing.com to get what you need to succeed in this crappie fishing world. Introducing NKT.TV, a brand new solution for the cord-cutting generation. With NKT.TV, viewers enjoy viewer-specific programming with the ability to pick and choose the channels you wish to subscribe to. Missed BrushPile Fishing this week? Catch it on NKT.TV, along with all your other Pursuit Channel favorites. NKT.TV offers dozens of network and channel options for you, the viewer, to choose from. So go ahead, cut the cord, and get everything you want with nothing you don't. Visit NKT.TV today.
This episode of BrushPile Fishing is brought to you by Bonehead Tackle, Catch More Fish, Gamma Line, Driftmaster, Crappie USA, Buckeye Ford, Southern Pro, War Eagle Boats.
You know, Tony, you hear about a lot of people when they're vertical jigging like this, they'll do a countdown method, you know, 1, 1,000, 2, but we already know these fish are close to the bottom. There's no sense of doing it. Get down there where they are.
Right.
Crank up 1 or 2 times and just hang on.
I like fishing from the bottom up.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier for me to keep up with how far my bait's actually off the bottom is working from the top down.
And we're in some pretty nasty stuff right now. And you're going to lose some jigs, but you've got to be in that stuff where these fish are. The thing is, the more you fish, the heavier cover. Hopefully you start to learn a little bit the difference between the fish and the cover itself. You're still going to lose some jigs, but you'll see that decrease the more that you get used to fishing the heavy stuff. And right now, if you're not in it, you're not going to get bit, are you?
Exactly right. If you're not careful, you'll set the hook on a limb.
I've done that, done that. Here we go again. There's a nice fish. Got a little belly on that one.
A little better fish.
It's fun bringing them up 23 foot down too.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I think we got another double.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, we do. Couple nice fish here. There we go. A little pull to him.
Little pull.
Oh yeah. There we go, another double. Please be a crappie. Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, Tony. Man, they are engulfing that jig. Couple another good fish right there, folks. And Tony, you know, we've had a ball and we've talked about being out in the wind. It's actually getting to the point now where white capping might be getting a little bit dangerous. Might be time to take off a little bit.
Yeah, there's a fine line between stupid and common sense.
Well, I'm on both sides of that. Man, I appreciate you fishing with us today.
I enjoyed it.
Tell you what, they tore these Jenko jigs up and I have had a blast. Folks, We talk about cold front crappie. A lot of folks would stay home, get out and try to fish during these cold fronts. That's when you're going to figure out what it takes to make these fish bite. We have had a great day. We haven't caught any of the 2 2¼ that you can get here, but the numbers have been incredible today.
We've caught a lot of 11, 12-inch fish. Didn't really catch the 1.5 2 pound fish that Kentucky Lake's known for, but with cold front conditions, what else can you expect?
I'll tell you what, I'm
just fortunate to catch these today.
Tony, thanks for joining us, bud.
I appreciate it, Russ.
Folks, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned, because we'll be back next week with BrushPile Fishing.
For more BrushPile fishing excitement, find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.